How do I do this? Good morning. It's all very odd. Oh, it is bright now. I thought I was going to have another of those technical difficulties episodes, but it's not. So just bear. Oh, you can see a Gregor there. That's a slight perturbment. Can't get that to that angle. Right, hello. Today you may notice, maybe you won't notice, that the tech is slightly different, although it's mostly very close at Annie face. This is live on the Surface Pro with nothing else plugged in. Got the light on, but that's it. So I'm testing this out for this episode. So let me know if anything's a bit crap, basically. But if it works, it means I don't have to plug in. Well, I bought this Pro because of a lot of advice on Twitter. My laptop was driving me nuts and I did need a replacement. But to get the laptop to work, I have to plug so many things into it to make it okay. So it's just been like that extra bit of to get anything done. So just taking work home to do, it's just, I think, I've got to properly get the whole front table clear, do all this. So I took the plunge and I'm stroking it, but you can't see. I took the plunge and bought this delightful thing. So it's a tablet that you can clip onto its own keyboard. So you can use it as a laptop or tablet. And it runs Windows, so it can do it can't do all of the laptop things, but I think for most of what I do, it's going to be. I've got my laptop in case I need it. But yeah, if this works, then the quality seems pretty good, but I can't see the stream. Look at my face. The quality seems pretty good. I did a little vocal test on Facebook yesterday and it seemed all right. And yeah, all I've got to do is get this little tablet out. I don't even need the keyboard bit attached, which is super cool. Excited by this. I was going to sit myself up a little bit more and let's begin. It didn't give me a very clear preview thingy when I was loading up, so I didn't know what the background or anything was like, but hey, there I am, a bit taller now. There we go. Right, hello, welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee. I don't know which one we're on. Is it 61, 62? It's all pretty good. So yeah, I'm happy with that. That's cool. That's just all I'm trying to do at the moment is just optimize my life. So anything that's just a bit too annoying or stressful or just, what's the polite word? Is there a polite word? What would you say? Something me off. Perturbing me off, maybe. Anything like that, basically, is gone or fixed, or going or fixed. So I'm quite pleased by this, and this is part of my perky demeanour. I'm trying to get everything not terrible, basically. So yeah, this cool little thing. I only got it out yesterday, so I still need to set all the cheesing me off, hacking me off. That's the one. Thank you. That's why I have you around. Not just to buy things. Morning, everyone who has come along. You'll be very pleased to know that it's 2 perky Annie weeks in a row. Today I have hawking me off. Today I have the Jigglypuff mug, the noble Pokemon that is very reminiscent of the noble guinea pig. So that's what we're on today. And I can't show you or I'd pour it all over this new device, but it's a really fancy tea. So I wanted to do a shout out to. So my housemate, Andy2D6, his girlfriend is in America, and she sent us a whole bunch of tea. And it's so nice. Oh yeah, I can show you the raw bag. It's so nice. Although now I've got one out, I'm going to have to use that too, or Andy will kill me for touching the tea bag. So this one is now, if you're watching it, Andy, I'm not going to put it back in the bag. Oh no, I don't want a tripod for the tablet. I want as little effort for the Sunday morning coffee as possible. all I need to do is just change where I'm sitting, that's all, just to be able to get, because it's got its own little standy, but I can't get it down that way a bit, but I'll figure that out for next time, just because I didn't have a chance to do a test angle at it. So this is what the tea looks like. Oh, I wonder what the focus on this camera is like too. Still terrible. Although I guess it's not going to have much focus at all anyway. But yeah, check that tea out. So it's got can't see because it's printed. Ginger, turmeric, rose hips, pineapple, papaya, apple, lemon, and orange rind, hibiscus, grapefruit oil, and spearmint. Yeah, you could do a good basing with that. It's amazing. So yeah, this is one of the chilled, the chilled episodes. Let me just put this to make sure. Dun, dun, dun. So yes, this is now sealed, Andy, when you watch this, and this is the tea I'll use in my next tea. That's not tea, that's soup. Yes, that is correct. I've had a weird fright this week. Not a fright, slight concern that I'm losing some of my hair, and I won't focus in on my scalp and show you, but it's just been a bit odd. And I wanted to briefly mention it because I may have got onto something here. It could be all sorts of things, but my hair's thinning, and some areas it's really like concerning. And I know people, women who have lost hair for various different reasons, and I wanted to thank them actually for talking about it, because I think normally I would have been really freaking out. I just thought, well, you know, it happens. I'll try and figure out why it's happening, and you know, hey, even if all my hair falls out, it's doable. You know, it's not the end of the world. But what I think it is I did some googling because I'm a doctor now. I had a little look around, and I was worried it's because I was pulling my hair back since pandemic. I've had my hair pulled back, which is why you see it's very untreated and down today, because I was pulling it back every day because of the pandemic. So I don't want anything touching my face, basically. So I've just had a ponytail or it clipped up for 6 months every single day, which I don't normally do. But also, I've been using way loads of dry shampoo. So I had a little look thinking, I wonder if that's anything. I just found tons and tons of information about overuse of dry shampoo. So I know not a huge percentage of you watching will have lustrous locks such as this, but you'll know somebody who uses it. It's a sort of spray dust sort of thing. So because it's pandemic, I haven't seen many humans. Each day, instead of doing anything sort of nice, I've just been going, oh, spray that on, tie my hair up. There you go. Not going to see anyone. It's only the pandemic. But I've been using it a lot, well, like every day, pretty much. And that, when I was looking through all the information and studies on that, I thought, ooh, that's interesting. So yeah, it's I don't know if that's it. Who knows what it could be? Could just be getting old. Could just be getting old. But I felt like I should say that because I'm sure a bunch of you, either you or someone you know, does use it a lot. Just Google it. Just put dry shampoo hair loss and have a look at some of the stuff that comes up. It's definitely worth a look. So I'm going to stop using it for a bit, and I'm going to try and put my hair, because it's still got to be back, but maybe just some little loose ponytails or something. But yeah, I know that's nothing to do with minis. It just sort of perplexed me in this. Interesting. And yeah, the dry shampoos are a relatively new phenomenon. So yeah, it's because it all sort of makes sense when I read it. It's like, yeah, actually, that's not a good thing to be doing. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, I'll have a sip of my my tea for once. But yeah, that's why I've got the long lustrous locks today. Well, they're still there. Damn, this tea is so good. It's good, you know, it's good tea when it looks like basin terrain. That's Annie's tea reviews. I should probably talk about wargaming or Bad Squiddo at some point. Depends how many likes I get on the video. Dun, dun, dun. Little gritty pigs there, just about see them in the background. So what have I got? Sunday Hangout. New release. So yes, this week has been so good. So if you I need this more now. So if you watched the Sunday Morning Coffee last week, I was at the office. And I did say, maybe I'll come to the office every Sunday, which I have not. But I will tell you about that, because that was a terrible idea anyway. So I had a really good day working on Sunday. So I worked through to Friday very intensely. I've now got evidence now that Andy lives here that he can confirm that I work like crazy hours and then come back and then either sort of, I don't know, eat some olives and sort the guinea pigs out and then either crash out here snoring or disappear off to sleep in bed. But I disappear usually before 9 o'clock anyway. So I've been on one of those rampage weeks, but I love it. It's one where I don't feel sad. It's not like I'm really like, oh, I work all these hours, this is the worst. It's like I'm on a rush doing it, let's get all this stuff done. And I had a lot of tasks to do, and I've totally nailed them this week. Yes. So yeah, working a million hours. So I thought I'll have Saturday off, and then my plans for Saturday were cancelled. So I worked till yesterday as well. So it was my 7 days in a row. And I'm always very, very clear that I do not subscribe to that whole, sorry, gravelly voice going on there. What is it? You're better the more you work. No, I'm not. I'm not down for that. I'm very much believe that rest is good, but also I've got a lot on, and because I have these moods, like mental healthness, I like to, when I've got an up, to make the most of it. To make the most of it before it disappears again, because then I obviously lose a lot of time with that. So it's all trial and error, a constant life trial and error. But yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. Yes, so I have had a mega week, but look at me for someone that's worked a mega week. Amazing. I worked at home yesterday, which was lovely, and I haven't properly worked at home for a while, and I just really enjoyed it, even though I've been knackered. I worked in my dressing gown. If you're on Twitter, you see my little dressing gown picture. I got all these new releases out, which we will talk about, don't worry. And yeah, it was just really productive. And today I'm going to do a mixture of chores, because I've got to sort these piglets out. It's pig clean day. And then I'm going to do some more work. I'm going to do a newsletter and some other bunch of stuff, but we'll talk about that in a bit. I love a part of this. What makes Bad Squiddo so ace is it's totally fueled by passion, and I know there's that self-employed that still work, and it's not that whole never work a day in your life when you do something you love, because it is hard work, and there's a lot that I have to do that isn't an obvious, all this behind the scenes stuff that I have to be working on constantly. But I love it, and it does feel very different to although I've been quite lucky, I've not had any of those sort of standard crappy jobs, but it feels like it's not like I'm, just working to build someone else's thing up, and it is a job. It is what I want to do. So I've been struggling with this mixture a bit when people say, oh, you need to take some time off. So I've kind of forced myself to take time off. Not recently, the recent time off has been ace. But I'll be on a roll like this and then feel like, because I've done this many hours, I should take today off when I'm in a working mood, and then I don't do anything, and then I slope down. So I'm trying to find this balance where, as long as I don't feel dead, if I want to work, I think I should be able to work, because it's what I want to do. And Squiddo and me is so ingrained, because I think I was talking to some other companies not too long ago about how much money we take. So there's money that the business makes, and then money that you take as a depends on what you are for different companies. So it's whether you're self-employed or if you're a director, you take whatever wage you want, basically. And I take an exceedingly low wage and be like, you need to do more, treat yourself. Like, but I don't want to buy anything. What I want to buy is sculpts, so Basquido can have that money to buy the sculpts, you know what I mean? So I don't feel like that's putting me in any sort of, I've got enough to live on, enough to buy myself a few cool stuff now and again, and the rest I just want to keep making Squiddo better and better, because that's my life, which in some sense can be damaging, but others it's not. That's what I want to do, and it happens to be the thing that makes me the money. So in some sense, that's actually pretty cool. Have I missed that it's Daniel's birthday? What? What? Happy birthday! I feel like I should have I haven't got any sort of cool things, but happy birthday! I'll bill you the £5 for the shout out. Still got the cards like the TV show, like children's TV. And it is Daniel's birthday today. We'd like to all wish him a happy day. What have we got here? I've been rambling a little bit though. Think pension. Oh yeah, I'm one of those millennials that I don't think that the world's even going to be there at that time. So we're all going to die in the next few years. So anyway, welcome to the fun Sunday morning coffee. But yeah, that is a wise thing. But it's not like I'm raking in tons and tons of cash or anything. What was I going to say? I'm not raking in tons of cash. But basically, what I was trying to get at is that I don't take a ton of percentage-wise. I don't take that much from Squiddo, because Squiddo wants the money. I want Squiddo to have the money more than me. So, so that's cool. What have we got there? Oh, Jasper's birthday as well. Tuesday. Happy birthday also. It's the birthday show. So I should probably get to some content. I'm just rambling again. That's what I do. I've got some notes there. So this does look really clear. Again, I won't see till afterwards, but it does seem clear. The screen on this is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh, I did chill last night as well after working. I had a bath, which I can do now because I have hot water. And I watched The Lion King with my Gregor pig. He was 6 last month, and I forgot to do him a birthday present or anything. But he's 6, and his arthritis is getting a bit worse. I think he's not in pain because he's moving around way more, but he's dragging his back 2 legs, and his mortality is starting to creep up on me. So I've been getting him out as much as I can, giving him nice little cuddles. You got yes. So I asked Twitter. All I wanted was a 70 quid cheap tablet so I could do some work, just like social media and email. And I asked Twitter, and then it escalated, and then I Bad Squiddo spent a fortune on on the Surface Pro. But I started looking through them all and went, actually, yeah, because otherwise I'm going to need to get a new laptop anyway, and I hate laptops, and this seems like such a good, not compromise, but like best of both. So I'm loving it so far. I haven't done much on it yet. I need to get all my logons and all that sort of stuff set up, but definitely a game changer. And when I actually do trade shows again, I could take this, which would be way better. So I'm pretty happy with it so far. Yeah, I hate the false economy thing. I couldn't decide what I needed it for, whether I needed it just for some basic stuff or for actually properly working at home. And then I saw that you can draw straight on the screen for this, and that it runs Photoshop. I was like, yes, we're going in. That's really cool. So I thought I can work where I'm not formally at a table all of the time. So I can sit and scribble out backgrounds and things like that, and maybe watch things on it, because it disturbs everybody when they discover that most of the sort of TV film I watch on my phone, and I have it propped up on usually like a stack of coasters or something, and each time Andy walks past he'll look disapprovingly at it. Got the widescreen out, so yes. Just pretend it's far away. But I can watch this on this, so yes. Where was I going? Bad Squiddo. So many releases. So I've been promising releases for a while. And sorry, so Samuel Vimes' Boots theory of economic injustice. That is amazing. Yes. So I've been keep saying for the last few weeks, we're going to do all these new releases. I'm going to release this. I'm going to release this. And then I go, I'll do it tomorrow. But it's purely because I have just been saying non-stop. And there were some really urgent tasks that hadn't just had to be done, basically. Sorry. Yawn around the world. But I finally got them out Friday, and then I fell asleep at the office while I was putting them up. So I thought, yeah, I'm gonna go home. So when my plans for Saturday were cancelled, it was kind of good because then I thought, well, I can get the rest of those releases out. It took me all day. I always forget how long it takes because I've got to do all the typing. It's mainly the wristles because I always take them on a crap background, and I know how to take good photos of stuff. But I always take them on a crap background and then end up, I can't just do the click remove background. I have to cut it out. But it's quite therapeutic when I do it at home. When I do it at the office, I feel like it's a waste of time. But when I do it at home, it's just nice and chilled. So I had a bunch of music on. I had Alan Partridge Travel Tavern series that I had because I've seen a million times. So I just have it on listening while I'm working. And it's just nice sort of chilling, and I still feel productive. So that's cool. So yeah, yesterday, all the new stuff got released. And then I realized this morning that there's still things I haven't released. So I'm going to get them hopefully today, but I'm not going to promise. And I realized last weekend that I should never, ever promise to release things on a Sunday because I just don't do it. It never happens. And then I think, oh no, someone will be there waiting. So there's a whole bunch of terrain. I haven't got a mini here. I just want to. Who's that? He's one of my ghouls. Is he a ghoul or a zombie? He's from Otherworld. It's nothing to do with anything. I just wanted to see if this does focus on minis any better. Nah, it's all. It's alright, I don't expect it to have a magic focus. I thought it might. No, so it's handy to know for next time. Although I think you can still see him a bit better than you could have beforehand on the other camera. It's hard to tell. Yeah, I found my ghouls, so I've found all my unpainted ghouls. Again, where was I? Releases, yes. So we have loads. I think there was 17. It did include some bundles. But if you haven't looked, I'm going to drop the link for you now. Will I? With this new thing. But you're not allowed to have... Well, you can have a peek whilst you're listening to me. But then you've got to come back. I'm just getting that link up for you. Where all of the new items are. Wow, it's so cool. Oh, this website on my fancy new tablet. That's exciting. Oh, new in store. What have we got here? It's on my fancy new tablet. That's exciting. Oh, new in store. What have we got here? I love my website. I put a lot of effort into it, and it's all shows, I believe. So here's this little link I'm going to put here if you want to open that in another tab. That is all the new things, so I can have a look now and remember what I released yesterday. And so Miko, she's a vampire hunter. She's come out of nowhere because she was part of the My Last Sunrise miniatures. So I bought these, I put it in the text, but I'm still not entirely sure of the accuracy. But I bought her in 2016, I believe. So I bought the My Last Sunrise 2016, I believe. So I bought the My Last Sunrise vampire stuff. I've got Vampire Slayers Club, which somebody, Michael Andrews, was it? He did a Indiegogo to release the Vampire Slayers Club, and it wasn't successful. And so he sold it on. It was a shame because obviously the models are amazing. But he sold them on to me, so they hadn't been... no, there's no holes, poison, weapons. I'll get to that in a sec. Yeah, so he sold them on to me. It was a very unusual move so early in Bad Squiddo for me to buy a whole chunk of male minis, but So when I did the My Last Sunrise Kickstarter, that was the year later, and that was putting them into production. But I didn't I didn't release everything at once. I can't remember why I didn't release her. I think I was just tightened by budget or something. So she's kind of just sat. I got her painted up by Paul Cubbin, and she's just kind of sat there. And occasionally I've used her as a scale reference, and people are going, "What's that figure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I need to release her." So I've put her out now. I'll just quickly sidetrack to the poison weapon thing. I still haven't done any cultists. So if you missed it, I've got a bunch of these multi-part cultists, but the sculptor who did them had put holes in the swords to show that they're poisoned. But I'm more concerned that it just looks like they're pitted, and that's bad casting, which they're not. It's how they're sculpted. So when I eventually put them out, I'm going to have the holes filled so they're nice and smooth, normal swords, because I think they'll look a bit better. But I didn't. That's not my fault. So basically, all the stuff I report in a go, it's not my fault. So Miko is released now. I'm very intrigued as to her. So she can be a friend of Margaret, the other vampire hunter. And she's a lovely, lovely figure. She's sculpted by Gary Moore. Like I said, she's sculpted by Gary Morley, painted by Cubbin there. And yeah, she's cool. Her swords are enormous. It's looking at it going, they're not katanas, are they? They're like two broadswords, but she's cool. Gary has got that, definitely got that old school style of sculpting, but it fits with those minis totally. It looks really ace. So I've got Danuta Danielson finally released. Yes. Got John Morris painting her at the moment, so she's the anti. I've called her anti-fascist, but she's from the that photo where she's whacking a neo-Nazi over the back of the head. So, of course, I want to make a miniature of that. So she's there whacking away. So I won't individually talk through them all actually because there's so many. Yada, not Jada. Yada the Subtle is my favourite of the new releases and made me really happy yesterday. It's just such a good model. If you've not seen it, it's the Shield Maiden, and it's based off somebody I know, and she was really happy with it yesterday too. So that was just like yes, I've done a nice thing, yes, and it's created something awesome. So I just so happened to be I didn't realise she was a reenactor, and I just happened to be at a reenactment. And anytime there's a Shield Maiden, I'm there with like going to get me some reference pictures. So I'll do a bunch of filming and just like a whole series of photos when they're fighting so that I get that perfect shot. And I went, hang on, you look familiar. So I got this really cool video of her defeating this guy and then going, ah! So made it into a mini. And I'm just really happy with how well it's come out. It's always a bit of a fear when you do a miniature of a person because you kind of like, don't, even though the sculptors are good and they never mess it up, there's still this like, don't mess it up. Please make it look good. I wouldn't want someone to go, I've made a sculpt of you, Annie, and then you look at it and go, oh, is that what I look like? Who knew? But I think it's absolutely perfect, and the paint job from John is stunning. And I think I've got it photoed at a nice angle there as well. So she's stamping down on this dude that she's either just about to kill or is, oh yes, he's definitely not quite dead yet. We've got a couple of British. I was going to release these with the Lardy supplement, but they have been super busy. There's been pandemic, and Richard had a bit of a health scare as well, so we're a bit behind on it. But I know once we proper crack on with it, it'll be fine. So I just wanted to get the minis out because they're here, so you should buy them. So I've got two Vera Lynn's, which are stunning. Really like those, and the Blitz mummy again, like it's a cool model. And then once John's painted it, it's like you see it again for the first time, and he's done a really nice but simple, just like that little light line on the visors. It says children in. I just realised if you haven't seen it, I'm talking about stuff. So it's a lady with a gas mask and a fancy coat, and she's got two babies in those freakish baby gas masks from World War II that luckily were never used. But I was reading that if they were used, they were pretty bad because they had the asbestos in like everyone else did, but babies and asbestos is extra bad. But also they reckon the seal was a bit too tight, so when they were testing them, there was a lot of limp babies in there, and none of them died, but they reckon that the airflow was probably a little bit on the short side. So luckily they didn't have to use them, but they look cool and they look so freaky. So I've put them here. Apparently there's a whole Doctor Who episode based around it. I don't watch Doctor Who, don't judge me. So I have named it in honour of that because people keep mentioning it. So, woohoo! There's a whole bunch of new terrain, and a couple more bundles I've put in there as well. So there's some new Skulltopia. I'll just call them out rather than describe them all. Ancient battlefield, Halloween decorations, livestock remains, witches' equipment, skulls, and ogre skulls. They're all the creepies. And then there's picnic time. That's got some food and a hammock. Witch's home. That was in. Oh, witch's equipment. I called it in there. What a strange journey. Of the witch's home, the gardener's equipment, the dragon trophies. Yeah, so cool. So all sculpted by Ristel. What's it? Sorry, I missed a bit there. All sculpted by Ristel, who is the best. Thanks, Ristel. I don't know if he watches these anymore, but thank you. I've just sent some new things. Oh, I could show you that actually. Da-da. Mm-hmm. I've sent some new things to the casters from Ristel, which every time I think this has got to be the best thing so far. It's just we're on a roll, the pair of us. I'm very happy with the stuff they're coming up with. Yeah, everything has a Queen Mum for scale because it was sort of the only standard 28mm figure I had to hand. So Queen Mum for scale's been an ongoing. Have you seen the gardener's equipment? Sounds like a Carry On film joke. Oh Lord. Yes, the normal size skulls, they've got so they were all that used to be part of Bristol's Extraordinary Market. It's a combination of, I think, it's not the larger demon, it's like the smaller of the demon skulls, the normal plain skulls, dwarf skulls, and elf skulls. So they've got some have got very elfish helmets, some have got dwarven helmets, some have got some sort of chaosy helmets. There's a lot going on there, and I really love that pack. And obviously, I am biased, but I was pricing it up. I'm like, I'm able to do that for 12 quid. That's actually a really good pack. So I did actually because our resin costs so much. Obviously, I'm not allowed to say exactly how much the various packs because it's all in contract, but compared to basically everyone else, our resin's really expensive for me. To buy because it's so good, and that's it. It's purely because it's so good. So it's hard when I'm sorting the pricing out where I'm like, oh, but the stuff's so good that I'm pretty happy that I've still managed to get some tasty prices for you on that as well, like doing those bundles too. But it's totally worth it. Any of you that have bought it know that the quality is just it's obscene. That's what it is. It's obscene. Yeah, I wanted to call it witches paraphernalia, but I didn't think it would be very translatable for some people. So or easy to say or anything. I like some of the witches. Yeah, what was I going to show you on here? Stuff from Bristol. Let's have a little look. This morning, because I'm into decluttering at the moment, I started to declutter my phone this morning, and I have so many guinea pig pictures. So here's one little teaser. I wonder how well that this camera will pick up this. Guess if I hold it back. Got lots of food related sets, basically. Dun, dun, dun. Little tables of food. Look at that, there's little potatoes falling over. And we've got the beers. We've got like a buffet, so you can choose your cup there. Help yourself to the beers. These are only tiny bits of what's coming. These are all one from a set. So like that was 2 sets. This is part of another set. Little food. Nobody has seen these yet, so there you go. I know what I can show you. My witches. They're not out yet. One of my sculptors has been very poorly, potentially COVID. But if you're watching from another country, I don't know what the situation there is, but you can't get a test in the UK. So we're in a pandemic, but you can't actually get a test. So he doesn't know. He's very ill and doesn't know what he's ill with. Though it sounds very COVID-y, which is not nice. So I hope he feels better soon. But he did send me over a couple pictures. And one of them, where are we? Where am I? Where am I? What is this? Where am I? Sorry. It's because I'm looking for it in my messages and then got distracted by various messages. Oh, you know my secret man sculpt? M. Durant has pretty much finished painting him. It's so good. It's so good. I can't wait to unleash him on you out of nowhere. I've been so close to telling you who it is, or who it is, what it is. But I'd rather just show you when it comes out. But I just scrolled past a picture of him. I was like, no, you're not allowed to see. But what you can see is one of the witches. So I'll just blow her up there. Don't blow up the witches. So hopefully he'll be able to get somebody to take these to the post office, because I obviously don't want him to go to the post office while he's this poorly. But we should be able to get them out in a good enough time for Halloween anyway. I'll get them fast track cast. Look at her. I'm so happy with her. How cool is that? So that's who works with the equipment. So I did originally want to release them all together, but I wanted to get now, because I had those and these are behind, before I'll get the others out first anyway. But I can't remember how many are even in a pack for these, but that's just so cool. I just love how different all of our stuff is. Like, you're like, oh, witches, they've been done a million times before. Like, not like that. I'm just going to show you again. She's so cool. She has had enough of 2020, that witch has. And I will risk it and show you a work in progress of something as well. Da-da-da! So we're doing a little expansion onto the feudal Japanese range, just to add a little fantasy element. You have to be, don't go too wild. She's got a bit of shoulder on show there, small bit of boob. What have we become? she's looking stunning. So that's a little tease of what's in the works there. There still is this enormous amount of sculpts due to land, basically when he's stopped dying. I really hope he gets better, not just because I can get my sculpts, but obviously it just sucks. I love all of the little bad Squiddo family and don't want them to be poorly. It's rubbish. So yeah, thanks for all of the yeah, you love that stuff. Yes. How cool is that? What else have we got? New releases. Yes, so there's those, the gardener stuff, the hammock set. Have a look, say either now and come back very quickly, or look properly after this on that link that I put up. I'll put it up again. So I worked very hard getting them all up, so you got to go buy them now. I'll cry. I still didn't finish though. So I've got the Teenage Witch, but she needs assembling. I didn't have any glue at the office, so she needs assembling. And I'm going to just spray her white so you can see her better. She's smaller than the rest of ours because she was another one that I randomly purchased. So I bought her off her Abito, and yeah, so she's, ours has got quite a bit of chonk to them. She hasn't, which is why she's a teenage, because you can get away with that because she's, you know what they're like, these teenagers. So yeah, she's wicked. If you don't come back, Daniel, I was gonna say Merry Christmas birthday. Thanks for coming along, and see you next week. What the world's now? It's not Christmas, is it? Who would know? Who would even know? Yes, I've got that teenage witch. She's not Sabrina. It's just Teenage Witch is a cool name. She's kind of got a bit of a Harry Potter thing going, but she's in no way endorses J.K. Rowling being an awful transphobe. Unreleased ones I've written. So there's Teenage Witch. She needs a cool name actually as well, and still have totally forgot with the massive lion. He's got a name now, Leo the Lion. Leo the Lion King. I did watch The Lion King last night. I don't think Disney can come after me for that. She says, as you start, they batter door down immediately. We're alerted, someone's used the word Lion King. Pete and Tom, the Shire Horses. So I think I do have all the minis at home. So I'm going to write that down because I haven't got that on my to-do list. Photo new releases. So I'm going to do that before it gets too dark. And I will pop them up on the website too. You're not supposed to release loads of things at once. It's bad business. You're supposed to dribble them out. But because I'm just so late with it all, I'm like, take it, stake it. It's all sat here. I've paid for the stock. Off you go. So it just means that it's all up on there. But obviously through social media and stuff, I'll just sort of focus on a few bits as if they've just released for a while. But yeah, you should go have a look. So yeah, the horses. Harry the Great Ape's back, though he's in metal this time. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Leo the Space Marine Lion. I've got working equals good on my notes. That's what I was saying earlier about I should just go with the flow. Everyone's their own person, and people work differently. Not one size fits all. So even though I've worked, this would be, on last Sunday, I've got the drive to do it. So let's do it. I don't feel knackered actually, so let's just do it. It's good. More releases. Oh yeah, so more releases next week. Get the Canvas Pro set up. Andy has awoken. But, so get this beast set up. It's a large tablet beast, but a small laptop beast. And all of the new terrain, if you follow this YouTube, you'll see we do a look inside series. So all of the new releases, I just do a little 2-minute video where I just sort of film around it and just show you different angles and explain some of the details, and people find them really helpful. So at some point, maybe tomorrow morning or something, I'll film some of those and I'll get them scheduled so they sort of get released throughout the week on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed, now is the time. Get those little what's it? Notifications. No film, boo. Yes, Barbara, who was the lady of tea, was poorly yesterday, so we didn't have film night. Because she watches it online with us. So we have not watched the film yet, but we're watching it tonight, I believe. Hopefully, if she feels better. So I hope she feels better, not just so I can watch the film. So we're going to watch Hackers, which I've seen, but not for a very long time. So I don't have a film to show you this week. Not much to show you. Oh. Okay, right. We're going to see. Now that I have a tablet, I'm going to see if I can show you this. It may be cursed. I've just got to try and not alert it. That. Right, let's do this. So you can see how messy my house currently is. So that pulls off here. Can't turn the camera around. Right, hang on. Don't move, don't make a noise, don't make a noise. Ah, it's reversed! There was a very cute pig in there. Damn it. Damn it, Sponge. Oh, I can hold it as well. That's pretty cool. Oh, do you want to switch to tablet mode? Oh, okay. Hey, look at that. I can just hold it. This is so cool. Yeah, the Sponge was doing the little sleeping in the tube with her toes stuck out. But she saw me approaching. The screen's too large for her. She was like, what is happening here? It's pig clean. Yeah, it's pig clean day today. So they're getting their little clean very shortly. And some little muggies. I believe that is all the news for today. I'm sure there's stuff that I've forgotten. But yeah, it's half chill, half work. Have a nice day, I guess. And loads more happening for Bad Squiddo next week. So yeah, it's really cool. Loads is happening. I'm very positive about it all. And yeah, so what do we got there? Sweet. So thanks. If you haven't liked the video, can you give that a cheeky like? Oh, this is mad. Oh, those guinea pigs there. I have them in the background because they're about to be cleaned. They're not the cleanest, although they're not that bad to be fair. These little big poos about. But yeah, I can just pop this here. Here we go. Look at that, I can move it around. Well, that's fairly upright. Hey, it's because of the. Hang on, just because I had the keyboard on. That affects how. Interesting. Look at that, this is so cool. I'm so happy with this. I'm going to watch it back and check the quality and stuff's good. But how cool is that? How cool is this? So imagine when trade shows are back on and I can do videos from this tablet. That is so much better. So cool. Thank you. I will see you all in the week. Keep an eye out for some more excellent things. Go have a look at that new in store section because there is so much new, so much, and it is so good. There's some really sweet bundles too. If you see me posting any of them around on the internet, if you can do a share, retweet, and likes are good, but they don't really make that much difference. So if you can comment, even if it's just, hey, that looks cool, or an excited GIF or anything like that, then that makes a really big difference because that helps the algorithms way more. So comments are king, they always say. Comments are queen. Comments are queen. So comment on the things, share the things. That's really, really good. How do you get the message across if we did an order with miniatures for you? What do you mean? Like, how do I know? I'll wait for the reply before I leave. I will assume before you reply. I get a notification from PayPal and from my shop. I haven't checked any this morning, so I have no idea how much the things have been selling. I did have a cheeky look at my PayPal and it seemed a little juicy, so someone's been buying stuff. So that's cool. But yeah, this is just so cool. So if hang on, if we did an order with miniatures for you, so if I order 2 boxes of Frost Grid Wizards and one is for you, Annie, but you want to buy me a box for me? If you pop me a message, email me would be best actually. So Annie@badsquiddogames.com, and then I can chat to you better than on this bit here. We'll see what you're up to. Rightio. Yes. Have a splendid Sunday. And yeah, go like this as well and all that sort of stuff. Subscribe if you haven't. You might be surprised if you haven't. So goodbye. Da, da, da.